Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple-species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today. The fishing news is brought to you by Okuma and the Reel Seat at 707 Union Avenue in Brielle. Gear up for July fluking with Reel Seat fluke rigs, Nantucket deep water teasers, leaders, bucktails, jig heads, rods, and reels. A proud sponsor of the Point Pleasant Elks Fluke Tournament.
Well, the Albatross has landed in Orlando, Florida, 1,000 miles away from the action, which means you know what to expect. If I'm gone, the action's going to be gangbusters this week. I'm Jim Hutchinson with the New Jersey, Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman Magazine. I'm here at the ICAST show. New products and all the best stuff from the world of fishing tackle. We are going to be here all week. In fact, for the next 10 days, Toby Lipinski and I will be spotlighting some of the hottest items that you'll find here. Rods, reels, lures, lines, all kinds of great stuff, terminal tackle, clothing and apparel. We've got it all. So for the next 10 days, stay tuned to the Fisherman Magazine as we bring you some of the great stuff here on the floor of ICAST. But for right now and heading into this weekend, the options for you back in the New Jersey, Delaware Bay region are aplenty. So why don't we go through some of the top 3 best opportunities for you for the weekend ahead. Number 1, I would have to say, is offshore. The bluefin bite has just been spectacular. Like this 226-pounder for John Gillespie and Peter Speranza. They were on the Game Changer. They weighed this big bluefin over at Captain Bill's Landing in Manasquan. Of course, we're finding out as we compile the reports this week, the Chicken Canyon, Texas Tower, Atlantic Princess, of course the Triple Rex. The bluefin bite is phenomenal. South Jersey, Delaware, you might want to look towards the Hot Dog, the Hambone. Peter Bradley, Steve Danner, and the Hawken boys, actually, they were out off the Delaware coast over the weekend. They also had some mahi, and they had a cobia on the way back home, brought that into Hookem and Cookem. We did have a report of a white marlin bite, at least one white marlin anyway, in the Baltimore. Of course, yellowfin and big eye are spreading out from the Spencer through the Hudson. I still think the rest of July is going to be phenomenal with yellowfin and big eye, and the midweek report right now for NOAA offshore seems to be pretty good. Best bet number 2. While hot and cold, the Back Bay fluke bite continues. In fact, we had that dose of cold water in the last couple of weeks that kind of made things more reasonable for this time of year, especially in South Jersey along the Back Bay. I was out in Great Bay on Friday, actually found 70-degree water temperatures in 8 to 9 feet of water, up to 10 feet, but also found a good fluke bite. So don't forget, you've got those wreck sites. This time in the summer, folks are heading out to the wreck sites in the deeper waters where fish are going to get deeper to try to cool off a little bit, but do not discount those bays and rivers. Even up in North Jersey, the Raritan Bay bite is great out in the open water, but Rachel Kraseric, she had a 23-incher on the Navesink just the other day. In fact, down in South Jersey, Hank and Jake Kowalski, they got a limit in Paddy's Hole in South Jersey just the other day. Pink gulp on a bucktail. That was according to Dave and Tammy at Avalon Hodgepodge. Don't forget that Duke of Fluke tournament down there as well. That's being run out of Sterling Harbor Bait and Tackle in Wildwood. And how about this one? This young man, A.J. Mawson, an 8-pounder that he caught, weighted in at Absecon Bay Sportsman Center. Hit him up. Subscribers, don't forget, you're looking at about 9 pounds to be on that leaderboard, but you do want to register those fish for the Dreamboat leaderboard as you get those doormats. One last report from up in Shark River. Bob Matthews at Fisherman's Den told us this week that Shark River really turned on with those fluke. He said live snappers, peanut bunker, and of course, gulp. Best bet number 3, final option. Summer surf is really shaping up the way it's supposed to be. You still have some good sized fluke in there along the jetties and groin rocks, and of course swimming through those sloughs along the bars. Some really good fish. Mike here, he actually nailed a 5 1/4 pounder on gulp. Check that one in at Grumpy's Bait and Tackle just the other day. Don't forget, we had that great news this week from Washington, D.C. that New Jersey summer flounder limits are definitely compliant. So keep on fishing at those limits you have. And also, while you're in the surf, expect to see some more of those sheep's head along the jetty rocks. Barnegat South predominantly, although we could expect some triggerfish to show up soon enough. And those kingfish, those little tiny kingfish in the wash, I'm hearing of some reports all the way along the south shore of Long Island as well. The O'Connell boys here will tell you, you put a good catch together, they make a fine meal with those kingfish. And don't forget, those kingfish heads that you catch during the day, save those heads for some night sharking at night. Willie Davis from Fish Heads along Long Beach Island says those browns and sand tigers are back there in the wash. You might also want to consider during the day drifting a sand crab along the rocks for striped bass. Great summer bait. And of course, keep an eye out for some of those blitzing blues. Even a few dreamboat bluefish have been along the central Jersey beaches in the last couple of weeks, still invading the surf. Boats are out for ling, giant ling, baseball bat-sized ling cod, and of course, we got some hybrid stripers for you guys who want to fish in freshwater this weekend. Again, we're in Orlando, Florida for ICAST. Stay tuned for the next 10 days. We're going to bring you some of the hottest products on the market coming at the end of this year, sometime into 2018. I'm going to go because we got to figure out how to build a better mousetrap. I'll see you next week here at thefisherman.com.
Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple-species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today. The fishing news is brought to you by Okuma and the Reel Seat at 707 Union Avenue in Brielle. Gear up for July fluking with Reel Seat fluke rigs, Nantucket deep water teasers, leaders, bucktails, jig heads, rods, and reels. A proud sponsor of the Point Pleasant Elks Fluke Tournament.